you very much. That's so nice of you, and right back to you. Hey, okay. Here's what's happening. At the house now, it's just, if you don't know, it's bird season. And the birds are building nests everywhere. If you aren't aware of that, I'm aware of all that stuff, and I care about it. But so the birds are building everywhere and anywhere. I was driving the other day, and in the green light, you know, there's the green, red, yellow. It's different colors depending on. In the green light section, there are those little cans that come out, and I look up, and I see a bird, like, moving all around in there, and had built a nest in the little green light thing above this busy intersection, which is not smart. And those birds have to be really good, that first fly, you know, that... But yeah, that's where the bird was in the little green light, and it could be, I may be wrong, it could be the old Flintstone bird still working hard. Go, stop! You know, kind of, and, because then there was also a bird in the red light with way too much lipstick on and heels, waving at cars. So I have, at the house, we have, some work is starting to be done. It was supposed to start a few weeks ago, but I found a bird's nest under the eave of the house on a light fixture, and so I postponed all the work that was supposed to be done because I didn't want to disturb the nest because there was a mother in there, and I kept like checking on it. I didn't want to stress the mother bird out, but I would look, and I'd kind of look up like that, and then she would just go. And then I'd leave, and then the next day I'd check again, and she'd just look at me like that. And she was sitting there forever, not leaving, and I thought, well, she's sitting on eggs then, because she's not leaving, and she hasn't left. It's been 2 weeks now, and I thought, you know what? I can't postpone work anymore. She's probably sitting on eggs that aren't going to hatch. So, but I'll move the nest just in case. So I called, because the birds, I didn't know how long they'd stay there. They stay not as long as regular children. Those stay 18 years. So I thought once they hatch, I think 3 weeks or something like that. So I called the bird expert, this woman, Jennifer, at the Wildlife Care in Ventura County, and she takes care of birds and everything. And she says, if they have babies in it, move the nest, and she tells me how to do it. Sure enough, I go to get the nest. There's 5 babies in there. And yeah, not birds, babies, which was weird. No, birds. And so 5 little baby birds with their little mouths just, and so I regurgitated. And why would I do that? It's the mommy's job. And so she says, put the nest in your hand, make sure the mother bird sees you, put gloves on so it doesn't smell. All I had is a catcher's mitt. So I'm sitting there with a catcher's mitt, moving the nest to this area, and the mother is watching and just won't even go close to the nest, and I'm flipping out because the mother won't go back, and I'm thinking the mother thinks she's getting punked or something, but because she's not trusting any of it. So we had to drive it to Ventura to bring it to the woman, so she's raising the baby birds because I feel so bad. But that's just what I recommend, because if you have to do work, the mothers will abandon it, so there are people who will take care of the nests and all that stuff, because I really feel like this poor mother goes to all this trouble. These nests, have you looked at a nest up close? I took the nest down. It's woven with anything that they can find. I mean, it's like straw and grass and hair. Where do they go to, Supercuts? There's like hair woven in all, and then a thong, it's like a, which was fine. I put it on, and it, because I think, you know, the poor birds, some people don't understand birds, they don't like them, but I love birds, and you know, if you're lucky enough to be a bird, to be able to fly around, what kind of life, that must be beautiful. And then they have to deal with construction and tree trimming and all that stuff. And I like when I see signs for lost pets, you know, when you're driving and you see on the telephone posts or trees, you see lost cat or lost dog, and I always look at it because I want to try to help the people and I try to find the animal. But I see, have you ever seen a sign for a lost parrot or a lost cockatiel? It's like, good for you, you got away, you know, like, it's a bird. I'm not going to go, it was flying free, here you go, you know. There are birds that have gotten loose in Los Angeles, these parrots that have escaped. I don't know if you have these in your neighborhood, but you can hear them, and they're these like gangs, the bird gangs, and they fly in a whole flock, and these parrots are loud too. They squawk. They have a certain, because you can, if you listen very carefully, they're all flying together, going, "Polly, don't want no damn cracker," and like that. And but I just think it would be the greatest thing in the world to fly. I just think what a great life that is to be a bird to be able to fly. I can't fly, so you know what I do? I dance. I'm getting it back. It's hard. You know, we had last week off, and I didn't dance for a week, and then yesterday was our first day back.
Yes.
And now I'm just getting it back, because it's hard to go without dancing for a week.
Hard to get back into the routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, you said yesterday you'd gone to Vegas for the weekend.
Yeah.
And tell us what the Divas thing was like.
It was amazing. Most of the women who had been on the show were there. So, and we have a lot of fans out there. People were coming up and asking, "Where's Ellen? Where's Ellen?" I was like, "Let me check my date book." No, no, but everybody was asking after you, and
because it's like we usually are together. Usually we travel in he has a sidecar.
Yep.
I have a motorcycle.
So when I go out next, I got to get Cardboard Ellen with me since you can't come.
That's a good idea. Get Cardboard Ellen. I'll tape record something.
That would be great.
How many names can there be? I'll just fill in the names, and then, you know, whoever it is.
Fans and media alike.
Yeah.
Where's
Hi there,
Ellen?
Julie.
No, but it was a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and the performances were amazing.
Yeah.
Really, really good fun.
And you DJ'd parties?
I did the after party for the event, and that was a blast. They wouldn't stop. Not as much fun as here, but
no.
close.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's good to have you back.
Definitely.
And hey, on the show, now come on, Barry Manilow. The CD is 2 nights live, and you know he writes the songs that make the young girls cry. He does. I am a Fanilow, and I am. And also, Nia Vardalos is on the show. Nia Vardalos is from My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and also she has a new movie called Connie and Carla, and she's on. And, of course, the Big Finish. And the Big Finish today is so big, we really should have done it as a trilogy. It was, the way it's, we should not even do the show. I know we have good guests, but we should start the Big Finish now. I don't know, thanks to Judy, who wrote in and said you need a Big Finish. I don't think we have any time for guests anymore. I think we're barely going to squeeze guests in. And so I'll just ask 1 or 2 questions. Barry can sing a note or two, and then on. The Big Finish, it's turned into a huge thing. We have 3 magazines this week. They just came out this week. We have Us Magazine. This is The Big Finish last week with Jessica and Nick, and we were on Scooter's The Big Finish. And so then we have a bigger picture in People Magazine of the same thing. Everybody enjoy that. And then In Touch gets even closer, up close. So, Big Finish. You know, so, and you know, you do the show every day, and when I say you, I mean me. You do the show every day, and you meet different people, and sometimes you click more than others, you know. You've had that in your life, where you meet somebody, and you get along so well. You just, the communication, you finish each other's. That's right. I know. And so it's almost like you don't need to talk sometimes. And so last week, David Duchovny was on the show, and we just got along so well that it was just amazing. And I thought later while I was laying awake going, I wonder if people even understood it, because we just had this certain kind of language. And if you didn't see it, this is me and David Duchovny in the interview. And I'm normally not political, but we were talking about politics, and all right, so here's a segment. It's taken off. People like it. I like it, and I'm glad you like it. It's called Big Fat Animals.
You are so beautiful. To me.
All right, so Mike and Susan Green from Cathedral City, California. Dear Ellen and staff, here are 2 photos of our fat cat. His name is Sponge, and he's had that name since 1982. He was originally a stray tomcat that kept wandering into our backyard. My husband took a liking to him because of his boisterous meow, Mike and Susan Green. That's great. He's probably going to take a steam and then head over to the juice bar and get a little liver smoothie after that. You can see why he's in such good shape. All right, now, and Casey, this is, the cat actually wrote in on this one, not the owner, but hi, I'm Casey, 22 pounds of Maine Coon calico fat cat. Wow. My mom's having a hard time holding me. Please forgive the eyes. I was up all night doing the town. Love to you from another fat cat. Well, first of all, that woman looks like she's being held hostage from that cat. Like, look at that face. Like, please help me. The cat has control over me. And then the cat has that face of don't ever think about doing the town. Only I do the town. Oh, 22 pounds. All right, and Janice Weiss from New York City. This is Scooter. Scooter's a very affectionate cat who's grown extremely large, 33 pounds, give or take. He's got an alley cat mentality about food. He's always afraid he won't find any more food. People do a double take when they see him. They can't believe he's actually a cat. As a kitten, he was very long and skinny. All right, well, clearly, there's a computer right there. He's online ordering food. And I've suggested this before, there's no excuse for not exercising. Do what I do, a few butt clenches right there while you're at the keyboard. Just squeeze the buttocks together. He's got like dipped in marshmallow fluff right there, just left over. All right, and Susan and Dave Spear from Forest Hill, California. We call him the head quail in charge, HQIC. All right, this quail, that is, he and his ladies visit our rose garden daily. What is he, like a playboy? He and his ladies. And he uses our wine barrel planter as a lookout tower while the females feed under the rose bushes. Wow. Well, yeah, he's whining and dining them on the wine thing. That is a huge. I've seen quails before, but that's a huge quail. That for sure would not slip through the cracks of the barbecue grill. That was boy, that's big. Little lemon and caper. That is a delicious. Because sometimes they don't have a lot of meat on their bones. You're looking for the... Oh, you know I'm kidding. I love the birds. All right. Hey, when we come back, Barry Manilow is going to be singing for us. Don't go away. We're back with Barry Manilow. What?
I have a question to ask you.
What's that?
You know, whenever I do these wonderful talk shows, they give you like a little basket of goodies backstage to welcome you. So I need to ask you, do you give this to everybody? Or is it just me?
Just you.
It's just me?
Just you.
I'm so flattered.
I don't know why you don't have them on.
I actually thought about that,
Yeah.
but I didn't, don't
They're
think.
very comfortable. It's a soft cotton. You'll
Yeah,
like it.
They are.
They're really
actually, yeah.
soft.
Later.
Yeah, you'll enjoy
later
it.
We'll talk
Show
about
us. Come
that.
out later.
No,
and
no,
show-
no,
all
no,
right.
no, no, no.
All right.
With these legs, you
Yeah.
don't want to see that.
We might. I think they
No,
do want
no,
to see
no,
it.
no. One of my friends calls me flamingo legs, you know, so you don't want to know that.
Do your knees bend backwards?
Really, actually, one of my friends, Mitzi, can't figure out how my legs hold me up.
Really?
Yeah, that's how skinny my legs are. So you don't want to see that.
They don't look that skinny.
Thank
But
you.
anyway.
Thank you very much.
So we have to talk about this. I didn't know about this, but that you had a little health scare recently.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. You know what I had? I had this thing called fibrillation.
I have that.
When your heart, like, you
Yes.
feel like there's a fish inside your heart.
Yes.
And it goes like that.
Yeah.
Well, because I was under stress for a couple of months there, and stress can really get you.
Yes.
And I started to fibrillate, you know, and it started to go, and it went like so crazy that, you know, I got like a little nervous. So I started calling every doctor. It was on a Sunday. It was on Super Bowl Sunday, but nobody was there. I called like old dead doctors in Brooklyn, where I come from. Anybody? Can somebody just tell me what's going on? So they said, get to the emergency room right now, right? And they had to give me the paddles to stop it.
Right.
Really, that's how they do that.
Yeah, I've had the same.
you had- yeah?
Yes, and it burns you. They don't tell you that.
No, I mean, I had
paddles,
this. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, but it stopped.
It's scary.
It's scary. But it stopped, and I'm fine.
Then you were in the hospital for some other thing. What happened to?
It's been up and down, up and down. I did a Bette Midler album. I had the most wonderful time producing and arranging and being back with Bette. And then I did a Barbra Streisand duet, and oh my God, that was so thrilling. And then I
Yeah.
broke my nose. I walked into a wall.
What do you mean you walked into a wall?
I have two places, and one, you know, the bathroom is over there on one place and over there on the other. And I was just, you know, too many hotel rooms. So I got up, bam! I walked right into this wall. You know,
Oh.
you know, I said, oh, good, now I can get that nose job. Bam!
Right.
And I went right back.
Oh.
But I didn't. I didn't get the nose
How
job.
fast were you walking the bathroom in the middle of the night?
Really. I was just like, you know, I just went right in.
You're like,
Bam! I really had to go.
wow. So
Yeah.
you're on
I'm
the.
fine.
All right.
I'm fine. It was a stressful couple of months.
Yeah.
It's life. It's
Yeah.
life. We all go through it.
Well, good. We're glad you're fine. Now, and we were talking during the commercial about you're going to be a judge on American Idol tonight, right?
I am.
And now, who do you think is going to win? Do you have favorites?
You know, I can't tell you who I think I'm. You know, I've been working with these kids for 2 weeks now because I didn't want to just. I can't do this judge thing. Is not for me. I have gotten the worst reviews in the whole world for the last 30 years. I know what it feels like to be on the other side. So I am not about to tell them how lousy they are. That's not my thing, you know?
Right.
All I can do is tell them how great they are and maybe get them to be better than they think they can be. So I got there and I did an extreme makeover of all of my songs just for them, for each one of them.
And so you're not going to.
I'll
You
judge,
can't.
yeah,
You can't
but,
say
but
who
don't
you.
look, no, but don't look
Right.
to me for saying.
It's hard. That Fantasia's good.
Yeah, she's
That
good.
Fantasia's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a few, you know.
I think they've all got their strengths. I think they all have their strengths.
Well, but there's something about paying your dues. I love that they're getting attention, but there's this instant fame now that happens.
it's hard.
We have instant cereal, instant oatmeal, instant. We want everything immediately, and there's something about paying dues and struggling, and so hopefully they still get that.
I think they're going to still wind up doing
Yeah.
a lot of that, you know. But you can't just. It just doesn't happen overnight.
No.
But you know, I tell you something. When it happened to me, I'm not sure. I became an idiot.
Not me.
This instant fame turns you into an idiot.
Yeah.
Are you sure you didn't
Yeah.
become an idiot?
No.
No, really.
No.
I became an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know, I actually, you know, it didn't happen to you right away. You didn't, because I think it happens more when if you pay. I mean, I've been doing this for 25 years. So, and before anybody knew who I was, I'd been doing it for 12 years. So.
Well, that's not an instant, but I mean, mine was kind of instant. It really was.
Really?
I mean, I had worked in, you know, in playing piano for other people and producing other people and arranging for other people and songwriting and doing jingles and all that stuff. And then suddenly Mandy hit. And if everything
Yeah.
flipped over for me, suddenly there was an audience
Yeah.
that I had never.
It was
and
all about you suddenly.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
people were, you know, offering me things and, you know, opening doors. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody had ever done that, you know.
Right.
And if I were 16 and that happened,
Yeah.
that could really throw you for a loop.
It sure can. And now you have such following that you have. They're called Fanilows. Your fans are Fanilows.
Some of them like that title, and some of them don't. I call
Yeah.
them friends. I like them.
Yeah.
I think they're friends.
No, that's great. My fans are called the smartest, best people ever in the world.
Same thing.
All right, so you're going to sing for us later.
I'm going to sing whatever you want.
You're going to sing, and then maybe we'll all sing with you.
Yeah. Good.
All right, we'll be back with Nia Vardalos. We'll be here right after this.
I want my husband to wear them just so he has your name across his belly.
Oh, well, please do. That's what they're for.
Thank you.
Those are obviously Barry's.
We had a little time
Yeah.
backstage, Ellen.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Barry and I.
I bet you did, because you are a Fanilow.
I am. I love Barry Manilow so much.
Yeah.
When he sang Mandy, I realized everyone in this audience, everyone watching, has a moment where you're suddenly transported back to a time, a boy, anybody that you love. Like, for me, it was Donnie McRedmond. Mm-hmm. I loved him. Is he here?
Surprise, Donnie!
Donnie! Oh, my God! Yeah.
And how old were you? What grade were you in?
I was, I think, 17, and it was the slow dance at the end of the night where you wait for someone to ask you, and no one asked me, and then my girlfriends dared me to ask Donnie, and I did, and I think he was drunk or something. I don't know what happened. But yeah, then we slow danced together, and it was my first slow dance ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't understand the song. You came and you gave without taking, and I didn't understand it.
Yeah, it's something to do with Halloween, I think.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
You're right.
You gave, and then you take. That's
Yeah.
not it really in my world.
Yeah. But then you would have been there, and then you gave without. You wouldn't come and give without taking.
Yeah. You're never supposed to arrive at a party without a gift.
Right.
I heard. So.
So maybe that's what it was. Going to gift, and you came and you gave, and you didn't even steal anything.
The perfect guest.
That's probably what that song means. All right.
Okay, now we know.
All right.
Now we know. Good. Yeah.
All right, so now I'm struggling. I've said your name so many different ways, and I know you, and we run into each other all the time. Vardolas.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
It's Vardolas.
Yeah, I always
Vardolas.
say Dallas and put Var in front of
That's
it.
what I tried to do.
Yeah, but when you have a name like mine, if someone says like a V or something, I go, that's me, I'm here.
Yeah.
You just accept it.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem that hard to say, and it's Greek. Mm-hmm. And is it fancy for something?
Yeah, in English it means Miller. I have actually a pretty boring name. Actually, my full name is Antonia Eugenia Vardalos, which would be a great soap name, Antonia Miller.
Right.
Yeah.
And Antonia, I know for a fact, means Ruth. So your name really just should be Ruth Miller.
Ruth Miller actually suits me.
Yeah.
Someone who sits at home and knits.
Yeah. Well, all right, Ruth.
Thank you.
So,
thanks for having me here.
Yeah. Now, you were at the VH1 Divas thing. You saw Tony, and how did you like that?
That is a night where, you know, the bigger the hair, the bigger the voice.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing. It was huge. Everybody, they sing these really long notes. I noticed that Barry Manilow did it too.
Yeah.
It's like the new thing, like the longer the note, you don't just go like, and you came and you came. It's like, oh, Mandy. Yeah.
That's really good. It is. It's very impressive, too. I'm going to hold my jokes longer. I'm going to hold
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my stomach in longer.
Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do, and I
I
always
don't
forget
do it.
that.
I let it all hang out,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. Be comfortable, that's it.
How can you possibly, see, now I'm aware of that, now that you
No,
said it.
don't let it sit forward.
Okay.
Better, yeah.
All right. So now, listen, we were talking about success and instant success. I mean, well, I don't know if everybody knows the story. You wrote the play, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and Rita?
Rita Wilson came to the show, and I had already written the screenplay, but I couldn't get anyone in Hollywood to read it because I didn't have an uncle that ran a studio.
Oh.
So, So I thought, well, I'll just jump up on stage and do it as a one-woman show. And Rita Wilson came to the show, and she sent her husband, Tom Hanks, and then he called me up and he said, we're going to make your movie. And I had been doing stage for 15 years and been happy. You know, I was just happy to make a living on stage, but I came to Hollywood and couldn't make a living. And so I had the absolute audacity when Tom Hanks called me to say, I would like to play the lead role, because I thought he'd say no. And then I was going to ask for the Cousin Nikki part. And he said yes, and I was like, what a sucker.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And
Wow.
so, yeah, then the
Because
next
Rita's
thing,
Greek.
Yes.
And so she identified with it.
I think so, and
Yeah.
I think that Tom Hanks knew that people, I mean, the most amazing thing happened to me where people would say, I'm Chinese and you're talking about my family. And
Right.
I was surprised, but I think that, I guess he knew it, I don't know. But I've had the most incredible thing, like where people just come up to me and say anything, like, you know, you've had a nose job, and I'm like, no, I haven't, and then they want to touch it, and, you know, or they give me stuff. Like, it's like a woman said, I love you, take my bracelet. And I was like, no, I don't want it. And she was like, please, take my bracelet. I was like, no, I don't want it. And she was like, listen to me. I'm in menopause. You don't want to make me mad. Yeah. So this is the bracelet.
Wow.
And she told me it has good luck attached to it. And that I should give it to someone I love. So I want to give it to you.
I was going to take it.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Ruth Miller, you came and you gave without taking. We have to take a commercial, but we'll be back right after this. Thank you so much. We're back with Nia Vardalos. All right, so that's a clip from Connie and Carla. And you play drag queens. You're women playing men playing women.
Exactly, yeah. It was interesting to do.
What was it like to play a drag queen? Did you go watch drag queens?
I did. I asked a lot of questions. I asked this one guy, why do you do it? And he said, it's the one night a week I feel fabulous. And I was like, well, who can't relate to that? And I wrote this movie about my real life, about musical theater. I used to do a lot of it. And I had no idea what I was getting into. You know, I have trouble when I think I am going to, you know, and then they kiss. Like, oh my gosh, I kissed David Duchovny, right? Jealous? I'm gonna cry.
Am I?
Oh my God. Okay. And so, but they put us in these drag outfits, and we were in tight corsets and tight pants and high heels. And I was walking across the set, and the Teamsters were whistling. And like normally, I'd be like, "Hey, don't objectify women." But I felt so sexy in this outfit. I was like, "Yeah, bring it."
Yeah.
I really liked it. I like that.
So
feeling.
you did feel fabulous.
I did. One night a week. Fabulous.
And now, how long did it take you to get? Is it a longer process?
Yeah, 2 hours. I would fall asleep in the makeup chair, and when I wake up and look in the mirror and go, oh, I'm a drag queen.
Because it was more makeup? What else did they do that would take that long?
It was a lot of makeup. They also would block out our eyebrows and put an eyebrow on top. And I snuck into the back of the movie theaters this week because I'm a geek here in LA, and I listened to the audience. And I just thought, you know, it's such a world that everyone kind of knows. Like, it's like musical theater, everyone knows these songs. And I thought the look was jarring, but it's not at all. The audience was like laughing and applauding and singing along, and I was like, you know, in tears at the back of the theater.
No, it looks great. It looks like a lot of fun. All right, so, and Connie and Carla is in theaters now, but just really quickly, because I know that your husband, who was also in Ed TV that I was in, and he wants, y'all are trying to get a dog?
Yeah.
But he's allergic?
He's very allergic, so he's been doing acupuncture. That's my husband, Ian Gomez. He's been doing acupuncture, and it seems to be working, but I'm nervous to get a dog until I know it's worked for him.
There are hypoallergenic dogs. A poodle is you can get a poodle, and also those labradoodles, which are crazy.
Yeah, we're trying to do, we want to rescue a dog, so
Yes.
that's why we're going to go and get a mutt, and so I want to make sure that he's absolutely clear.
Go to a rescue thing that rescues poodles. They have whatever breed you're looking for.
We'll do it?
No, I won't do it.
Come on. Come with me.
I'm looking for a dog. Well, I'm looking for a dog too. So, okay, we'll do it together.
Okay, that's great.
All right, then we will.
We'll
All
go
right, hey,
pick one for
Barry
Ian.
Manilow performs after this. Don't go away.
Okay.